Hare Krishna, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, titled Creation, Chapter 4, The Appearance of Sri Narada, text 22. Adarvangirasam asit sumantu daruno munihi itihasa purananam pitamero maharshanaha. Synonyms: Atharva, the Atharva Veda. Angirasam, unto the Rishi Angira. Asit, was entrusted. Sumantuhu, also known as Sumantu Muni. Darunaha, seriously devoted to the Atharva Veda. Munihi, the sage. Itihasa Purananam, of the historical records and the Puranas. Pita, father. Me, mine. Romaharshanaha, the Rishi Romaharshana. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation: the Sumantu Muni Angira, who was very devotedly engaged, was entrusted with the Atharva Veda, and my father Romaharshana was entrusted with the Puranas and historical record. Purport: in the Shruti mantras also it is stated that Angira Muni, who strictly followed the rigid principles of the Atharva Vedas, was the leader of the followers of the Atharva Vedas. Text 23. Tayetarushyo vedam swam swam vyasyan anekadha shishyai prashishyai tat shishyai vedaste sakano shakhino bhavan. Synonyms: Te, they, yete, all these, Rishayaha, learned scholars, Vedam, the respective Vedas, Swam Swam, in their own entrusted matters, Yasyan, rendered, Anekadha, many, Shishyaihi, disciples, Prashishyaihi, grand disciples, Tat Shishyaihi, great grand disciples, Vedah, they, follower of the respective Vedas, Shakhinaha, different branches, Abhavan, thus became. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation: all these learned scholars, in their turn, rendered their entrusted Vedas onto their many disciples, grand disciples, and great grand disciples, and thus the respective branches of the followers of the Vedas came into being. Purport: the original source of knowledge is the Vedas. There are no branches of knowledge, either mundane or transcendental, which do not belong to the original text of the Vedas. They have simply been developed into different branches. They were originally rendered by great, respectable, and learned professors. In other words, the Vedic knowledge, broken into different branches by different disciplic successions, has been distributed all over the world. No one, therefore, can claim independent knowledge beyond the Vedas. Text 24. Tayeva vedha durmedhair dharyante purushair yatha evam chakara bhagavan vyasaha kripana vatsalaha. Synonyms: Te, that, eva, certainly, Vedah, the book of knowledge, Durmedhai, by the less intellectual, Dharyante, can assimilate, Purushai, by the man, Yatha, as much as, evam, thus, chakara, edited, Bhagavan, the powerful, Vyasaha, the great sage of Vyasa, Kripana Vatsalaha, very kind to the ignorant mass. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charnaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Thus, the great sage Vyasadeva, who is very kind to the ignorant masses, edited the Vedas so they might be assimilated by less intellectual men. Purport. The Veda is one, and the reasons for its divisions in many parts are explained herewith. The seed of all knowledge, or the Veda, is not a subject matter which can easily be understood by any ordinary man. There is a stricture that no one should try to learn the Vedas who is not a qualified Brahmana. This stricture has been wrongly interpreted in so many ways. A class of men who claim Brahmanical qualification simply by their birthright in the family of a Brahmana claim that the study of the Vedas is a monopoly of the Brahmana caste only. Another section of the people take this as an injustice to members of other castes who do not happen to take birth in a Brahmana family. But both of them are misguided. The Vedas are subjects which had to be explained even to Brahmaji by the Supreme Lord. Therefore, the subject matter is understood by persons with exceptional qualities of goodness. Persons who are in the modes of passion and ignorance are unable to understand the subject matter of the Vedas. The ultimate goal of Vedic knowledge is Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. This personality is very rarely understood by those who are in the modes of passion and ignorance. In the Satya Yuga, everyone was situated in the mode of goodness. Gradually, the mode of goodness declined during the Treta and Dwapar Yugas, and the general mass of people became corrupt. In the present age, the mode of goodness is almost nil, and so, for the general mass of people, the kind-hearted, powerful sage Srila Vyasadeva divided the Vedas in various ways so that they may be practically followed by less intelligent persons in the modes of passion and ignorance. It is explained in the next shloka as follows. Text 25. Stri Sudra Dvija Bandhunam Trayena Shruti Gochara Karma Shreyasi Murdhanam Shreya Evam Bhavet Iha Iti Bharatam Akhyanam Krupaya Munina Kritam. Synonyms. Stri, the woman class. Sudra, the laboring class. Dvijabandhunam, of the friends of the twice born. Trayi, three. Na, not. Shruti Gochara, for understanding. Karma, in activities. Shreyasi, in welfare. Mudhanam, of the fools. Shreyaha, supreme benefit. Evam, thus. Bhavet, achieved. Iha, by this. Iti, thus thinking. Bharatam, the great Mahabharata. Akhyanam, historical facts. Krupaya, out of great mercy. Munina, by the Muni. Kritam, is completed. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charnaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Out of compassion, the great sage thought thought it wise that this would enable men to achieve the ultimate goal of life. Thus, he compiled the great historical narration called the Mahabharata for women, laborers, and friends of the twice born. Purport. The friends of the twice born families are those who are born in the families of Brahmanas. The families of Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas are the spiritually cultured families, but who themselves are not equal to their forefathers. Such descendants are not recognized as such for want of purificatory achievements. The purificatory activities begin even before the birth of a child, and the seed giving reformatory process is called Garbhadhana Samskara. One who has not undergone such Garbhadhana Samskara or spiritual family planning is not accepted as being of an actual twice born family. The Garbhadhana Samskara is followed by other purificatory processes, out of which the sacred thread ceremony is one. This is performed at the time of spiritual initiation. After this particular samskara, one is rightly called twice born. One birth is calculated during the seed giving samskara, and the second birth is calculated at the time of spiritual initiation. One who has been able to undergo such important samskaras can be called a bona fide twice born. If the father and the mother do not undertake the process of spiritual family planning and simply beget children out of passion only, their children are called Dvijabandhus. These Dvijabandhus are certainly not as intelligent as the children of the regular twice born families. The Dvijabandhus are classified with the Sudras and the woman class, who are by nature less intelligent. The Sudras and the woman class do not have to undergo any samskara save and except the ceremony of marriage. The less intelligent classes of men, namely women, Sudras, and unqualified sons of the higher caste, are devoid of necessary qualifications to understand the purpose of the transcendental Vedas. For them, the Mahabharata was prepared. The purpose of the Mahabharata is to administer the purpose of the Vedas, and therefore, within this Mahabharata, the summary Veda of Bhagavad Gita is placed. The less intelligent are more interested in stories than in philosophy, and therefore the philosophy of the Vedas in the form of the Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Lord Sri Krishna. Vyasadeva and Lord Krishna are both on the transcendental plane, and therefore they collaborated in doing good to the fallen souls of this age. The Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all Vedic knowledge. It is the first book of spiritual values, as the Upanishads are. The Vedanta philosophy is the subject matter for study by the spiritual graduates. Only the postgraduate spiritual student can enter into the spiritual or devotional service of the Lord. It is a great science, and the great professor is the Lord Himself in the form of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and persons who are empowered by Him can initiate others in the transcendental loving service of the Lord.